room. I'm gonna go on what he mentioned, and then with the opportunity which I have on the floor, I'll share a little bit, which he will go into, which we just combine together. First of all, I was introduced by one of the girls I work with, Aurora. She's a nurse. I'm a nurse. When she told me about it, I looked at her like she's got two heads. I was like, what? And then some of these things you just have to have that heart to say, let me go check it out. Let me just, see how it is. And for sure, I came to this presentation, that was a month ago, and everybody was talking, and that very night I joined. As I joined, I wasn't too sure how I was gonna go about it, I was like, would anybody will understand me if I'm gonna be selling this? But then you still have to, but the good thing I'm thankful about, what they say that you work as a team. Some of the people who are in here who are supervisors and consultants, they really do, you're not on your own. You might be scared, like you see, I've got an accent, I'm from Africa. So the problem I ran into, or I was thinking, after I joined, you have to have rich start. I'm like, what? So you're trying to understand what it is, but then they explained to me, this is what happens. So then you have to have a coffee party. So they schedule the coffee party, and I'm like, okay, who's gonna come at my house? And how am I gonna stop? So I just started walking, took a walk, 14 boxes, I took a walk, I was like, hey, do you drink coffee? My neighbors, the place where we're living, do you drink coffee? No. All right, I'm holding in, then they were like, oh, I have the, I was like, sorry, but we drink tea. Then I kept on walking. The first guy who bought my box, he just lightened me up. He said, my wife drinks coffee, she's a nurse. I was like, oh yeah, she works overnight. She wrote me a check. That livened up. But then now the thing is, the coffee party. I'm trying to understand the coffee party. The coffee party, people will come, like what we're doing, drinking coffee over there. And then now I'm talking to people, and they're all, when you tell people, they're like, nah, I don't drink coffee. But then I was almost about to give up. Then with the help of the supervisor and Bill, he said, Simba, this is how you do it. Just close your eyes. You have friends. I was like, yeah, I have friends. You have people you work with? Yeah, I have people you work with. On your phone, you get your call list like I do. Take your paper and pen and write those people down and just make a phone call. And Thursday, before the coffee party on Friday, I had almost like 12 people coming to my house. All of a sudden, I was excited. They said, don't cancel. And the guys came in the house, they set everything up. I took a picture, like I said, these people in my country don't think I run all these things. Because they set it up so perfect, everything, the coffee you want and stuff. I'm like, is this my house? The table set up good. Everything is happening. And people are coming in, they're tasting the coffee. And they sat down, the presentation was done, and everybody's like, wow. I'm like, oh, everybody's understanding. I'm like, okay. And I didn't have to do anything. So because the people were asking, what did you say? Because I've got an accent. I'm like, don't understand me. But Bill was there. That was a blessing. You have a diamond member coming to your house? Where would you see that happening? And the supervisors, everybody. Then I was like, what cookies are we going to buy? Because I'm like, let's give them cookies from my country. and those guys, they sent everybody with the cookies. I'm like, oh, because we're asking me and my wife. I'm like, so what do you think they eat? Let's go and ask what cookies they eat and stuff. But everything was set up. We didn't have those cookies we bought. We ended up keeping them for us to eat. That's how it is. So you don't have to sweat. This is the money to own business. But they're doing the work for you. That's what they say. They say teamwork, and right away I saw the teamwork right there. And then everybody, I had 2 people who signed up. And then my wife saw, I was like, you know what? And my wife jumped out, was like, okay, I'm going to have my sister. And she started coming up with the list. So I was a 3-star right away. And that But prior to that, I'm sorry to take time, but this, I feel like it's important because as I joined in, there's things I discovered inside which excites me now. Because As I started drinking coffee, when I was introduced, the girl who introduced was like 8 days prior coming to here. I had the problem which I was having. I'm going to share with you today. As we are all in this room, we all understand each other, what goes on to yourself. Yeah. When you're starting to get big, you know, you go and exercise. And you don't tell anybody, you keep it to yourself, but you're trying to say, I'm trying to eat right, what's going on? Is my goiter or my hyperthyroidism, what's going on? Or maybe I'm getting bigger. When you look at the mirror, you look to yourself like, is it right? You try to suck it in, but you know, like, you're getting bigger. You know? So the problem I was now having, which my wife, she kept on saying, well, you eat too much, because I eat a lot of my country food. I was like, but I go to the gym like how many times? Once in 2 months? So now my belly started getting bigger. So when your belly gets bigger, that you can't even see your shoes, you start to say, that's okay. So now it's a situation whereby, I mean, you guys are laughing, but at the moment, it's stressing me out. I went to the doctor, I was diagnosed with hypertension. And I'm a nurse, think of it. Blood sugar. The next visit, the doctor said, let's check your cholesterol. And then now I'm drinking 6, 7 pills. I'm giving patients pills, but at the same time, I got my own pills. So that's when I was like, I gotta go to the gym almost every day. So you wake overnight, that's impossible. So when that coffee started, I started drinking. And the other thing I need to share with you, it's like, if I need to tie my shoes, you see the shoes I'm wearing? You know, there's no shoelace. Why? Because I couldn't bend down. Because once you bend down, right, your diaphragm, you start to, you lose breath for those nurses, you know. Because when you bend down, you're out of breath because your diaphragm is hitting. So each time I say to my honey, can you tell my shoes away? So then he said, why don't you buy shoes? So this, it's easy. I don't have to bend down. But now with the weight loss, 7 days I lost like 10 pounds.
Wow.
So now if I have to tie my shoes, I can bend down and tie them. I'm not even out of short of breath. And I was having a problem of snoring. I got into the plane, they changed me to another 6. Because my belly was so big, you could rest on it, you know, you don't have to, you know. But then with that 10 pounds, I went to Boston, to my uncle's house. They used to put me in the last room, so they don't have to hear my snoring, because everybody in the family knows my snoring. Because you have to take what you have. That's what you have. What are you going to do? You're changing, you're getting bigger. So you're going to take what you have, and I was on sleep apnea, machine. So I left my machine here, I can't fly with it all the time. But now I was off it, and then they had visitors at their house. So they put me next to their bedroom. And they said, oh my God, let's just drink ourselves today so that we don't have to use snow. I did not snow all day, all night, sorry. They said, what? You did not snow, what happened? And I said, I'm not drinking this coffee and stuff, I lost. Not like you, so much change. I just want to share this to you guys because my life was falling apart, you know. So when I saw Javita, now they're saying you can make money. Now I got money in my pocket and my health is better. Amen. What else do you want?
Amen. Thank you. That's awesome.